And finished with the rock opera I've been working on for the last 3 years, which I play all the instruments in, as well as contacting somebody to get the artwork in my head onto paper, which I then colored and turned into an animated psychedelic movie, as well as writing a meticulously researched blog post which explains the history behind this rock opera in exacting detail. Time to immediately begin advertising it. Hi, do you like history? Comedy? Overly complicated progressive rock music, which some people mistake as being ostentatious when in fact is one of the greatest expressions of humanism I can muster? Well, the Andagainist Insurrection is quite weird, I freely admit. But it is actually quite logical, and that's sort of the point. So if you go to that blog post I mentioned, you'll see that everything I'm talking about actually does make sense. Nonetheless, you see this Band-Aid, it's about sheep people, and the crazy things sheep people are doing based on their religion. They're having sheep orgies, and they're cutting off a sheep man's nutsack, and they're raping each other, and they're killing each other, they're taking over cities, they're maiming each other. It's crazy, but it's basically just our history turned up to 11. And the reason it's sheep people is because you get all of these references in the Bible to I am the shepherd, you are my flock. This is based on a radical sect of the Protestant Reformation, and that's basically it. Read the blog post for more details. And I really do want you to come along for the ride. So I'm going to be releasing each episode over the summer, 7 or 8 weeks or so. And if you live in Prague, you can come see the entire movie being shown at the Maison Chayovna each week. We'll come down, you can have a beer, I'll make some sheepman puns, I'll show you why it's actually more of a comedy than you might recognize it as being at first glance. And I haven't been making anything for a long time, so I'm really happy to get this out, and I'm ready to stop hiding myself from the world.
While also realizing that I have a very bombastic personality who's very straightforward, and come on, this thing ends in an anti-theistic, atheistic rant, or whatever, but it's just about the history. Anyone can come along for the ride. Boom, boom, that's the point, okay? It's fun stuff. Yeah.
Basically. Still, this is quite difficult to explain, and so it's kind of like a slightly comedic history lesson in the form of a rock opera. And finished with the rock opera I've been working on for the last 3 years, which I play all the instruments in, as well as contacting somebody to get the artwork in my head onto paper, which I then colored and turned into an animated psychedelic movie, as well as writing a meticulously researched blog post which explains the history behind this rock opera in exacting detail. Time to immediately begin advertising it.